What's happening, y'all? So it's time for yet another Vlogtober video. So as you know, I've been working on this script for about a year, and I finally finished it. I finished it a few days ago because I wanted to have it ready for my meeting with my writers group, which was, I think, maybe in the last video or the video before. Anyway, I finished my script. I finished this latest draft of my spec script. So it's the 9th overall draft, and like the 3rd draft after I did like a page 1 rewrite. And for those of you who don't know what a page 1 rewrite is, it's exactly what it says on the tin, kids. You're rewriting the script from the very beginning. I mean, it's a total, complete rewrite. And so that's what I had to do with my spec script. My mentor, gave me all these suggestions, and he was just like, look, we got to start over. So I started over, but I started over from a good place. I understood what I needed to do. I understood the theme that I wanted to explore. I knew my characters very well. So starting over from scratch wasn't really all that bad, but it was just kind of refining and polishing and but I did it. I finished my screenplay. I'm very proud of myself. The writing break has commenced. Now, a lot of people ask me about my process, and that's what I'm going to talk about quickly in this video, is just my writing process. It's not really anything too difficult. I come up with an idea. I have loads of ideas. As a matter of fact, I have a document with just like titles. So I think I have like more than like 120, 125 titles. A lot of those titles have ideas behind them. Some ideas are a little more fleshed out than others, but there you go. And it just really depends on the mood that I'm in. Once I finish something, it's just like, well, I want to work on something else. So I will take a look at the list of titles. I'll take a look at the list of titles and ideas. I'll see which ones perhaps, have a sense of immediacy. Perhaps, I should tackle this one next, or perhaps, there's just like one of the ideas that I just love. It's like, what, no, that's the one I'm going to tackle next. Or maybe it's just a story that I just have to get out. It's like, it's been in my head for so long, it's time for it to come out now. So that's what I'll do, is I'll choose one of those ideas or one of those titles. And then the next thing that I do is I get a composition book. This is the one that I used for my most recent script. You'll notice that it's a speckled composition book. That's a throwback to my middle school creative writing days when we used the black and white speckled notebooks. And to be honest with you, I prefer using black and white speckled notebooks, but the last time I went to Target, these were on sale and they were all different colors. So I have like red, blue, green, yellow, what have you. Anyway, get my composition book and I write the title and everything so that I know what the book is for, which story that I'm going to use it for. And I just start writing notes. I will compile all the notes that, I've written down, that I've typed out. It's funny because like I have notes on these little slips of paper. I have like handwritten notes. And then I'll have, notes that I've typed out. Sometimes I'll write notes on the back of envelopes, receipts, business cards, whatever's handy, napkins, anything. I'll put notes in my phone, whatever's handy, that's what I'll do. And these notes help me conceive the story. You've probably heard people say, as a writer, writers are always working, even if they are laying on the couch or staring into space, looks like they're not doing anything, they're always working. And that's the thing, is that my mind is definitely always working, trying to put the story together, trying to think of character traits and quirks, things of that nature. I try to process all that, and then I write them down or type them out, whatever. Once I'm ready to begin writing, I just, take all these notes, I print out the ones that need to be printed out, and I put them all in this book. I keep everything with the notebook so that it's easy reference. And then sometimes, in the book, I'll also, write my little notes or whatever. Also, put in the list of character names, things like that. And once I have this, I'm ready to go, I just sit down at the computer and I type. It's really that simple. I just start writing the story. Back in the day, I was what they call a pantser. I would try to write the story, just like, off the seat of my pants. I don't do that anymore. I plan, I outline. The outline goes in the notebook, and I write from the outline and from the notes. But yeah, I just sit down and write. If we're talking screenplays, I try to write 4 pages a day. If we're talking like, like a novel, the goal is 1,000 words a day. The 1,000 word thing, I forget where I get that from. Probably like Stephen King, because Stephen King supposedly writes 2,000 words at minimum a day. And I can believe it because the man's output is ridiculous. But the thing is, Stephen King has nothing else to do with his life but write. It's not like he has a day job or anything like that. Like, that is his day job. So, I can see him writing, at minimum 2,000 words a day. That certainly is an achievable goal, especially if you have a story idea, you have an outline that you're working from. It's a little harder for me because, yes, I have a day job. That's 8 hours of my life, of my day. That chunk is taken out. I can't write as many words. So 1,000 words a day, yeah. And for the screenplay, 4 pages a day, that comes from the 0 Draft 30 Challenge, which is put on by the screenwriting blog Go Into the Story. Shout out to Scott Myers. The 0 Draft 30 Challenge essentially challenges you to write a screenplay in a month. You've got 30 days. And they've broken it down to where if you write 4 pages a day, at the end of the month you'll have like your 120-page script. So that's kind of where I got the 4 pages a day from. It's a manageable goal. If you're consistent, you're working from an outline, boom, you can knock those 4 pages out. When it comes to writing screenplays, the program that I like is Final Draft. I've used Final Draft forever. Once again, going back to middle school, it was a birthday gift from my mom. She got me Final Draft, and I've pretty much been using it to write screenplays ever since. I know there are other programs out there, especially free programs like Celtics or whatever. That's all fine and good. Use whatever you can. Scrivener has a great screenwriting application. Use what you can. I personally love Final Draft, and it's the industry standard. If you're a screenwriter, at some point you're going to have to familiarize yourself with Final Draft. So hey, that's what I endorse. This is not a paid endorsement, clearly, but that's what I endorse, Final Draft. And, if I'm writing, a novel or a short story or whatever, I use Apple Pages. I used to use Microsoft Word, but it was a bootleg version of Word. So after updating my computer, the OS was just like, no, we're not doing this anymore. So I've started using Apple Pages, which is great. I also use Scrivener. Scrivener is cool. Scrivener, though, there are a lot of parts to Scrivener. I just need to get these words on paper, as it were. I don't need really all those bells and whistles because, the novel's going to be formatted by someone else in another program anyway. So, yeah. And that's about it. That's kind of my writing process, I guess. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Also, please like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss these Vlogtober videos, because I am vlogging every day in the month of October. Alright, I love y'all. I gotta go. Bye.